Survivor Specialist Phil and Alexa are back for another one of these season 40 retrospectives. And today we are joined by Jonny Fairplay, who is going to do nothing but talk positively about the queen herself, Sandra Diaz-Twine, Jonny Fairplay's favorite Survivor player ever.
It's true. It's true. I was looking back. I thought this might be the Sandra and Parvati and Kim and Cerise shirt available at johnnyfairplay.com. But no, it's
actually the Richard one.
It's the Richard, Rob, Johnny, and Russell shirt, also available at johnnyfairplay.com.
Are any of those people on 40?
Rob? Well, which Rob are we talking here?
Well, that's the thing.
It's TBD.
I honestly, I mean, because I get this question a lot. It's actually Skater Rob, and I misspelled his name because there's two B's. I feel like an idiot for not proofing it before I had the shirt made. So, but that's the kind of quality you can expect from Survivor NSFW and JohnnyFairplay.com.
I mean, top notch. That's all you're getting is top.
The highest quality, content.
I have a crack staff, as in my staff is on crack.
that's how I interpreted that.
Yes, that's where did that expression come from? I have a crack staff.
I'm literally never heard anyone say that until right now.
Really? Oh well, I'm older than you. You know, hence you're in my dating pool.
Yeah, it's in the what is it? Half your age plus 2, whatever it is.
I go half my age minus 12.
Which, by the way, at the time of recording, Jonny Fairplay is 41.
I'm 26. We're like I'm dangerously close to your dating pool.
You are, and to all the people that are going to leave your comments on YouTube saying, you know, how uncomfortable and everything else. A, you are the vocal minority, and B, I don't give a fuck. I mean, there's not
almost. You finish.
What I missed all that. What?
Alexa just cut out hard trying to cut off.
Yeah, I'm trying to cut you off. I have, and point C, I have a almost naked photo of you in my room that you signed and mailed to me.
There could
be.
This
is all fun.
There's some DNA on there as well.
Oh God, I might need to confirm that.
Phil helped me with the DNA.
I don't know what anybody's talking about. I'm putting my left hand down. That's going to make Fairplay too exciting. So the good thing about the way that we're planning on doing this is we're planning on going from like the most recent season to the oldest. So this is probably like the 19th one that somebody's listening to, and hopefully this is the first DNA on a picture. Kind of handy stuff.
Hopefully the last
joke, you know, on here. So, maybe it's.
I don't know. It depends on if you know if you got Billy Garcia yet. Did that one pan out?
We actually interviewed Billy for all 20 of these.
Oh, wow. He's an opinionated little guy, isn't he?
Really fascinating guy.
Yeah, potty mouth. Just you would expect the opposite. So.
Yeah. Well, Jonny Fairplay, I'm sure we won't get any potty mouth from you. I mean, we're off to a good start in the first 3 minutes, right?
Did we notice the shirt? The shirt I am actually wearing is the FTW Fuck the Winner shirt. and fuck you double if you won twice.
So
let's talk about her.
What? How's that for a
that is an intro.
Yeah,
I like it. So
nice segue there.
I liked it. I love it. I mean, season 40 is, you know, right now as we're doing it, I think it's being shot, but by the time we post this, everybody will probably already know who won anyway. So this is fair play on.
I'm hoping not. I've done so well at avoiding spoilers, but I see it getting more and more difficult with more and more fan interaction because it's just like, can you believe? And I'm just like, I wouldn't have.
Yeah, exactly.
Until you mentioned it, I didn't believe it.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm hoping we can remain spoiler free. I do have a spoiler on season 39. It's gonna suck.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Well, your girl, your 2-time winner who isn't supposed to win, she may or may not be on that season, and I think in statue form.
Yes, there's nothing cooler than a survivor, an oversized survivor statue. Because I always thought, like the big thing, Xfinity did the story. Gordon Holmes wrote the story on, who would be on the survivor Mount Rushmore, and that the whole story and the whole discussion that actually came from me talking with Gordon Holmes outside the 10th anniversary party in Los Angeles. It was like me, Gordon Holmes, and Alexis Arquette. And, it's just like, man, the Mount Rushmore, I think it would be blah, 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 blah. And, we've always wondered, and thank God that Jeff Probst's Survivor is like, hey, you've wondered, here it is. It's only 2. You don't get 4. It's only 2, and it's these assholes.
So you're saying this is everything you dreamed of.
Mystery solved. I can sleep well at night knowing that those 2 fuckheads will represent Survivor for, I don't think I could imagine anything more obnoxious ever than that. And then I saw it, and I'm just like, you win. I believe I described it on the Edge of Extinction finale. I was just like, I felt like CBS just shit in a bag, lit it on fire, rang my doorbell, ran off. I opened the door, stomped on it, and said, hey, what? Statues of Rob and Sandra. Yes.
So
Big
you're
fans
clearly
of both of them.
excited about this, is what you're trying to say to us right now.
I'm ecstatic. I just
Nothing if not entertaining.
I just think if you go back, check the annals, not the annals, or maybe in this case,
probably.
Check the annals of Survivor, and it's not me tooting my own horn. Go back and watch Pearl Islands. I wasn't like, anyone's just like, they took Jonny Fairplay to the end because he was a goat, or like, nope. I was responsible for, I think, every vote on that season, but any vote that I had a chance to influence in any way, I was responsible for all but 2. And with me deciding that, I wanted to take Burton to the end, and I was just going to say, once we got to the end, it's just like, hey, outwit, outlast, outplayed. To outlast, you don't take an 8-day vacation. And Burton won the car. That's it. And I think I would have won, and when they were just like, say something bad about the other, I'm just like, fuck, let's have a dance contest. Burton can't dance. Look at him. He dresses like a fucking Duke University rapist. So no, I can pop and lock. It's okay. I don't think Burton is a Duke University rapist. I'd say he just dresses like one.
I would love to see you dance at Final Tribal. That's the content we need.
Yeah, so it's better than listening to Aubrey make up questions that just involve herself. But anyway, totally unrelated. Well, Aubrey, I hope you're doing good. Hope the fans aren't bothering you.
Well, the good thing is, just to plug I'll plug you real quick. This is the NSFW version of this all winners thing. So if you're easily offended, you probably turned off by now anyway. But here's your warning. Here's your content warning.
Probably leave.
Yeah. Here's your content warning.
You should have left at the DNA comments, and if you're still here, leave now.
Yeah. So for the remaining 8 of you, you're gonna love this podcast.
This is gonna be fantastic.
We're gonna make so much money off this one.
Oh man,
we're gonna make 6 cents off this.
Do you sell the dick pills on your
We do.
We do.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
This is brought to you by Viagra, Cialis, and all the other ones.
Yeah, this actually.
What are the other ones? Fairplay, help us out. You know them.
The dick pills.
Yeah. You have
the forhims.com /fair10 gets you those are the premature ejaculation pills. You really want the Blue Chew, to be honest with you, because they make it so hard a cat can't scratch it. Now, are you familiar with? Have you ever heard that term? Make your dick so hard a cat can't scratch it?
I can't say I've ever heard that one before.
Well,
it's horrible. It doesn't sound enjoyable.
Can I ask you something though, Fairplay? Is that kind of the feeling you got when you saw those statues of Rob and Sandra? Were you so hard
aroused?
that a cat couldn't scratch it? Yeah.
Yeah, there was parts of me
horrifically turned on.
No, not turned on. They were that. My heart died a little when I saw those statues. And then for those motherfuckers to go back on 40, it was just like, I mean, because I remember Dalton Ross, who I'm not a huge fan of, and it's okay. We don't all have to suck his dick to get back on Survivor. It's not a rule. I don't think it's a rule. And if so, it might explain a lot. Both ways. And I remember he wrote an article, God, this is probably 2006 or 7. And he says, "Dear Boston Rob, we'd miss you a lot more if you actually went away." And it's just like, and the motherfucker's still here.
Yeah.
and back-to-back seasons. So, and plus, I don't understand the concept of asking two self-engrand, like neither one of those players give a fuck about anyone else. Like in the world of wrestling, Hulk Hogan is one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, but he can't teach anybody to be Hulk Hogan. Only he can be Hulk Hogan. So, like, when it comes to teachers, like, you don't go to Hulk. He's horrific. I say the same thing about Boston Rob and Sandra. They play games that just benefit them. So why would you go to them for advice? And why are they there to give advice? So,
totally fair. I mean, that's totally
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to give away a gig, but I think Rob C and Stephen Fishback would be two perfect people for that gig.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. Because they dissect the game like crazy. Whereas Sandra will tell you she wins by just being Sandra. And you can't teach. If I'm out there playing Survivor, you can't say, "Okay, Phil, go be me." And it's like, wait, how am I going to be Sandra?
Even more than that is go and don't do nothing. Like that's your advice. Go, don't do nothing. Because that was Sandra's game. So, I mean, all right, so getting back to Pro Island. So I'm responsible for every vote that I can, except for 2. I chose who I was going to the end of that game with. Once the deck was stacked against me to keep Burton there, they had the numbers, but I knew I could survive. I'm just like, okay, I'm still in the driver's seat. I can still influence whichever way I want to go. I felt the two most worthless people, not on Pro Islands, the two most worthless people to ever play the game of Survivor ever in the history of the fucking show were Lil Morris and Sandra Diaz-Twine. That's not very complimentary.
No, that's not.
And why do I think Sandra Diaz-Twine is so horrible and such an easy pick to drag to the end? Because she can't win a challenge. There's no way she can win a challenge. I mean, I don't know if she ever did. I don't think she did. Maybe I'm wrong. So, number one, she doesn't fucking try. And if she did try, she would still lose. So she goes back to A, why fucking try? She doesn't. So, and B, she doesn't, when it comes to strategy, she doesn't come in there just I got this amazing plan. She doesn't do it. She's smart in that she sits back and she's like, just tell me what to do because it's easier. So that's not, I think she lucked her way into being drugged. I mean, if Drake loses the first challenge, the first person out is Sandra D. She was worthless. So it's just let's just, kill the dead weight and go on from there. So, we would never say the name Sandra D unless there's a fucking first boot season and they're looking for minorities. We're never hearing the name Sandra Diaz-Twine again. So, and I don't think if you, I think they had to search the archives of footage just to give her enough stuff to be semi-memorable on Pro Islands. So, I mean, if you go back and look at what she did, she spoke Spanish in the village and
she screamed at you.
She screamed at you.
She screamed at me and she knocked over and she threw the fish. That's the only 3 that's where was the strategy in those things? Who did she send home based on those 3 things? No one. So, and the fish thing, she fucked over her best friend. So, go back and watch once Burton came back, I never fucked over Burton. I'm a fucking honorable player in the grand scheme of things. So, not her. As long as it ain't me, fuck my friend. I don't care. Let her take the fucking bullet on this. So,
now,
look at her.
But after this, so you think Sandra's going to do really well on 40?
No, well, I don't know.
3-time winner, is that what you're telling us?
I mean, obviously, no. I mean, there is the possibility. She is. I will give her this. she is relentless with her pregame alliances. So when I don't know who else she talked to for Heroes Villains, but I know for Game Changers, if they don't do that final tribe switch, her final 4 deal is Brad Culpepper, Sierra, Troy Zan, and her. That's her final 4. Officer Sierra just took her spot once she gets voted out.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
But Sandra created that alliance. So
you're
give her that.
So she could. So for 40, she's
for 40. I know she has a pregame. And here's another. And I think it's desperate and pathetic. And I would tell her. I mean, like we're actually friends. I don't. Sandra as a person, I got no beef with. I like her. She likes me to whatever degree we're allowed to like each other based on our fundamental differences in the game of Survivor, in which we both love. Possibly. I would imagine I love Survivor more than she loves Survivor. Mm-hmm. So, but she like on Facebook and when calls first went out for season 40. Sandra posts a picture of her doing yoga. She is her leaving with her yoga mat. And it's like, oh, just doing this for me. And I'm like, bitch, you fishing. You fucking fish. You going, who else got the call? Because we ain't allowed to do nothing, but I got my yoga mat. And it's just like, oh, I just thought it was so transparent. Fast forward to the next week, because I'm guessing the net didn't cast far enough. Week 2, just hanging out the pool with my goggles. Ain't nobody over 40 years old go to the pool with goggles unless you're practicing for Survivor. You're a goddamn liar, and you're a goddamn fisherman.
Hey, that means she's going to try and challenge us. Look at that.
She still can't swim. Like, you ain't learning how to swim that good. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, but it was pathetic. It was her going, hey, in case you missed the yoga picture last week, I got goggles because they called me. Did they call you? Because you need to call me to make an alliance, and I can get you far, just like I did last time when I had these fucking pregame alliances, because I have no fucking respect and integrity for the game.
So do you think that there's a good...
I mean, don't call me wrong.
I have not called you wrong yet. Hey, I don't know.
We are letting it go.
Why did she post that picture of her wearing fucking goggles on Facebook?
I don't know,
but I kind of want to see it
goggles,
now.
And I'm going to look it up. This is June.
Well, but the
I
goggles
will look
are
it up right now.
No, it's June. It's
like
June
subliminal.
12th.
Like she wanted to do the plausible deniability. She's like, just sitting here hanging out the pool, you know me. And it's just like, yeah, I know you hate the fucking pool, bitch. And but it's not like she's in there with the goggles on, going, hey, look. It's just like, hey, pay attention. Like, just look. What's odd about this picture?
Is it the goggles?
My mom told me a long time ago that I am not good at Survivor, and Sandra Diaz-Twine is obviously the best player to ever play the game. And I checked my bank account, and I checked Sandra's, and my mom is obviously right.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you
go.
go.
This who lasted this long. He just said something nice about her.
Oh,
That's
lies.
We are going to promote this as seriously like the nicest Jonny Fairplay has ever been to Sandra.
He pretty much just wrote a love note to Sandra.
Well, I mean, if you guys have any extra blue chews,
So here we've been asking. You're the second person we filmed with, but we're asking everyone 2 questions.
We're gonna ask Billy Garcia 18 more times.
Yes. Billy Garcia gave us a different answer every time. It's you and Billy Garcia.
Yeah.
So 2 things. So 2 things here.
Yes.
Where do you think Sandra's going to place? And 2, who is going to win if not Sandra? Give us your takes.
Okay, well let's look at her pregame.
And you can't say Billy Garcia.
I mean, well, do we all remember Edge of Extinction? A little twist at the end. Billy Garcia coming into the game, 4 days left. I mean, come
That
on.
would be the
He looks
greatest
great.
twist of all time.
It would die jerks on his. But he just kills everyone. Like he doesn't actually play. He
Edge
just
of
kills
Extinction actually never happened.
Do I get the money?
I mean,
Where's
they've
Canada?
done it. They've done it once. They brought Burton back for Edge of Extinction once. I mean, he comes back and wins the game. So I mean, even you, Burton's won the game more than you. Fairplay.
That's true.
You know,
that is New Burton, isn't it?
It is New Burton.
Chris, does Chris have a last name?
No, he
it's
actually
Roberts,
doesn't.
Chris Roberts.
Chris
Burton,
Roberts.
Burton, Chris Roberts. Yeah.
Chris Roberts. Burton is so boring. I on the loved ones challenge. They're like, what's your loved one's nickname? And his mom writes Burton. He holds up Burton. Like, you're the worst. Oh, there's so many Burton stories. You know what? This is actually crazy. This right here, this Ocean's 10 happy hour all drinks. This is from South Beach, and we were supposed to, when we finished Pearl Islands, we were supposed to get on a plane and fly home. They actually watched us, go to our gates and everything. And me and Burton went to our gates, and then we snuck out the back of the airport, and we hung out in South Beach for a week, and one of the places we went was Ocean's 10. I still have. I love Burton Roberts. So he's a great
so
guy.
much you kept your discount card.
Well, I mean, come on. So, but all right. So, all right. Let's think about Sandra's alliance going into the game. This is all based on rumor and innuendo, and what I see with my own fucking eyes at Hearts of Reality each year. Her and so there's this crew that hangs out every year whenever they all choose to grace the rest of us with their presence, obviously. And that is it's a strange crew. It's Sandra, Boston Rob, Leslie Neese.
Oh, coming out of nowhere.
Right? Todd Herzog and Courtney Yates. And
China.
And they kind of like sit on their thrones at the back of the, like, it's just like they were all there 2 years ago when I went for my first time to Hearts Reality. And so like I get, and not to toot my own horn, but toot, I'm kind of a get, and so like I'm hanging out the hotel breakfast area or whatever, fans are just like, oh my god, Jonny Fairplay, like, can I take a picture? And I'm just like, yeah, like, I can you? Sure.
God, Dad,
I don't care. Yeah, and then like, Boston Rob is just like, they're like, hey, and he's like, I'm not really trying to talk to people or, be nice or anything. And they're like, oh, I forgot you're Boston Rob. You're an asshole. And I'm just like, wow. I mean, because we're at a charity event, I understand why, be a dick. I get it.
You're here to help children. Fine.
Yeah. The complete opposite of why you're fucking there. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, so I see that, they're kind of, they Leslie reels them in a little bit, but she gets a little bit of the Cool Kid Club fever too. And it's just like, wow. So knowing that, so Todd Herzog did not get the call. I thought he would be in this line. So Todd's out. So that leaves Boston Rob and Sandra, who, if that wasn't enough, the Hearts Reality thing, they also have the Island of Dildos season 39 to become friends and show off, all their buffs that they get to wear, because they get their own buff and they get the new season. It's just buffamania.
Wow, buffs on buff.
Yeah, how great is that? All right, so we have those. Also, I noticed last year, Sandra recruiting. It looked to be she was recruiting Ben. So I don't know if it's the full court press or not, but I saw her. It would look to me, her trying to recruit Ben, and Ben and Officer Sarah were thick as thieves, hanging out. They were together pretty much the entire time. Them with Ashley Nolan. So because they're three bigger athletic people. So they were hanging. So if Sandra got Ben, then she also has Officer Sarah. Well, if you follow Boston Rob and anything that Rob C has done with the deal in Reno, you know that Boston Rob is tight with Tyson and Jeremy Collins and Adam Klein.
I feel like we just named half the cast.
Yeah. So, but I feel like Adam Klein is odd man out. I think like Sex Doctor Mike thinks he's dangerous and can make it far. I think he's just an early boot. I think he's just odd man out.
He is in the final 3 with Michelle. Actually, it's Michelle, Adam, and I don't know who else, but the 2 of them are already in the final 3. Official.
The final 3 of what?
just staring at me. No, Michelle and Adam Klein are in the final. What are you talking about, Fairplay? They're first.
Oh, the final 3 to win?
Yeah, they won. They're first and second on this season.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Then why am I here?
What are we doing? No, yeah. Billy's the 3rd one, and then Billy wins.
Yes, Billy comes in at the
Billy
very
comes
end.
back.
Yeah,
Billy comes back. Adam Klein gives up immunity, and then Billy. I forgot.
Yeah.
Classic mix-up.
Yeah. Yes. So no. So I mean, I just think sheer numbers, but I'm a big proponent of you can make all the fucking pregame alliances you want. Motherfuckers at a bar are not the same as motherfuckers starving to death on a fucking island. So, I mean, like I've told the story on my podcast, fans versus favorites. I flew to Los Angeles to meet Jonathan Penner, had a great conversation with him. We had Yowman on speakerphone. We worked out an alliance before I'm just like, bam, done. Called Eliza. She's cool. I'm going in 4 people. That's all I need. Eliza, she's like, I can bring in Amy Kuzak. We got 5. We got the numbers. Game over. It's done. And then I get out there and Yowman, I'm like, Yowman, what do you do for fun? He's like, this is work. I play Survivor for work. I don't come for friends. We're not talking. And I'm like, so a 39-day alliance, but we don't talk. And he goes, yes. And I was like, this is the worst alliance ever. And he goes, yes. And I was like, okay. So then I go to the woods to go talk to Penner because I'm just like, and he was just like, here's the fucking deal, kid. I call the shots. You do what the fuck I tell you to do. And I'm like, I stand corrected. This is the worst fucking alliance ever.
How did I end up on here?
Yeah. So I'm just like, okay. So my first vote, if I hang around, my first vote is Parvati because I see her as a threat. I think she should be an early boot. Bam. My second vote is either you, Penner, or you, Yowman, because you both fucking suck.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, I met Yowman, and Yowman wanted me to pass along a message to the entire Survivor community. Yeah. He said, Johnny's actually a really nice guy. He just doesn't want anybody to know it. So I just want you to know that that's how Yowman feels about you.
Oh no, I love so as soon as Yowman, so when I just I have my jaw shattered and all that. So I basically pull aside everyone on Fans vs. Favorites with the on the favorites tribe with the exception of Yowman. I go, send that motherfucker to me next. And they're just like, okay, no problem. We don't, it's not like Yowman's talking to us. so Yowman was next. As soon as Yowman's vote, as soon as the game is over and business is closed, hey, he's a dirty old man and a cool motherfucker. Like me and Yowman got along great. It's just in the game he sucks. So I mean, I get it. Some people it should be like you shouldn't be going to play Survivor to go on vacation. You should be going to win $1 million. But at the same time, I mean, you can have a friend. It's okay.
Yeah. Only one, not many, just one.
Yeah. I mean, even 2. Maybe.
We'll see. I just wanted to blow up your spot that you were a nice guy, Fairplay.
Yeah. I mean, we hung out. Was it nice when we hung out?
Fairplay was very nice. I went to his NSFW event in LA, which I think he said this is only. He did say this is the first and last time I'm doing this in LA, but maybe he'll come back someday. But it was a great show. It was a really fun time. So, I mean, I loved it. You brought. I mean, when JP from Vanuatu comes walking in the door, I mean that really lets you know how the world works. I was like,
talking about throwing shit out the window.
Yeah. We don't need to really relive that one, but yes.
Did you meet Bob Dog there too?
I did meet Bob Dog there. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I had some deep cuts, man.
Fairplay makes sure that everybody has a good time at these events. I mean, Rhino was there.
I do.
It was great. It was great.
No, I love. I love doing them. So
I thought it was great.
Fabio doesn't
Fabio.
do this shit. So Fabio, I destroyed Fabio's life that night. Oh, so because Fabio's just like, I was just like, hey, did you get the call for 40? It's just like, what's 40?
Oh gosh.
And I'm like, season 40 of Survivor is just like, oh, like what is it? I'm just like,
God.
The poor guy.
It's all winners, and I'm sitting there like, so it's me and Jay from Millennials versus Gen X, and so Fabio's just like, so like, are they still making calls? And it's just like, nah, like that, it's locked. Like they know what underwear you're wearing. It's like that locked. And he's like, but like they still could call like a few more people. And Jay's like, no, motherfucker, they know your socks. He's like, my good friend Adam, who I'm not saying's on there, he's on there. And Fabio's just like maybe like 2 more phone calls.
Oh
like,
my God.
I call them.
Yes. Yeah. Do you have their number?
So very fun night. Also the night that Jonny Fairplay killed Fabio. Thanks, Fairplay.
Yes. Well, at least his spirit. So.
Yes.
Just emotionally.
But I just want to get back to this. So you've avoided the damn question. Okay. First of all,
okay. So we're
we're
talking
not
a lot.
putting Sandra and Boston Rob on the same tribe to start, because if they do that after they're both on 39, people are going to lose their minds. So Sandra's going to be with Amber.
Okay.
Right? That's got to be how it is. So Sandra and Boston Rob being close, I don't think matters, at least for the first 2 votes of the game.
Okay. Boston Rob and Amber cannot be on the same tribe, right?
Cannot. Like they literally
They can't even be on this. I mean, for it to be fair for everyone, they can't even be on the same season, right?
Wouldn't that be something?
I mean, I'm just saying. So I just think it's a slap in the face. I mean, I guess they're doing it because they're just like, okay, obviously they're gonna, that makes one of them an immediate target. That makes it fair that, that it's not beneficial for them both to be there.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's how they justify. I mean, why does Tina Weston not get Amber's spot, or why does
or V
Chris Daughtry get Boston Rob's spot?
Mm-hmm.
Just anyone.
Yeah.
Just why do both of them need to be out there?
I don't have. You've stumped me. I mean, it's one of those where like because of the 39 thing, I was like, okay, Sandra and Rob both going to be on 40, but that's like it. When I saw Amber's name, I was like, wow, like that's a lot.
Yeah, I think that puts an early target on one of them, and I'm thinking Boston Rob more than Amber.
I agree with that. I think Boston Rob is getting voted out. If his tribe loses one of the first 2 challenges before, I'm assuming there's going to be a swap at 18 to go to 3 tribes. If his tribe loses one of the first 2 challenges, Boston Rob goes home.
Yeah. So
Sandra, I don't think that happens to, though.
I do. I talked with Sex Doctor Mike and Joe Mena about this. I really think the most pivotal player in this season is Jeremy Collins.
Mm-hmm.
If Jeremy Collins sticks with Sandra Boston Rob's alliance, the poker alliance, I see all of them just hanging, just being anticlimactic and hanging around. I think if Jeremy Collins goes with Wendell and Nick, I think this season is a lot of fucking fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So.
I agree. I think that there's going to be some big winners who last a long time, but it's not going to be all of them. And I think a lot of people are going to be surprised because everybody's like looking at this Parvati, Boston Rob, Sandra, like those should be your first 3 boots. And it's like, but if you don't lose the first couple tribal councils, all of a sudden you're at a merge again and Sandra's still in the game. And it's like, well, why would we vote Sandra out now? She's like not going to win a challenge, like you were saying. So yeah. I think there's a lot of upside to a lot because everybody's a threat. I mean, is Sandra more of a threat than Tony? I mean, like we saw in Game Changers, I don't think so.
I think I send a message to Sandra, you ain't getting $3 million. I mean, like, we're friends. I probably know her better than anyone else. Well, me and Ethan are pretty tight. I know her better than most of that cast. She's she or Boston Rob is the first person I send home personally if I'm out there.
Yeah.
And I think that's how
all
a
these
lot
winners are playing to be the other two-time winner. Sandra can't be there.
Yeah. I mean, I just think that, I mean, go back and watch, All Stars. It's like, motherfucker, you won. See ya. So, Sandra, you've won twice. Goodbye. So, but I do know for a fact, like, I reached out to Ethan just to see if he got the phone call. And I mean, I got the no. And one of his best friends on the planet, two of his best friends on the planet, he fucking lied to their face.
Wow.
So Ethan went in with no pregame alliance, which sucks because I would have fucking put him in touch with Nick and Wendell.
But it's also awesome that he did that because we are in the day and age of the pregame alliance. I mean, it happens.
And like the purity.
Yeah, I love that Ethan. So now you know what? I hope Ethan wins.
Wendell refused to talk to anybody before the game.
Mm-hmm.
So Nick, I'm not sure. Nick's a dirty motherfucker. I mean, like, but Nick's as dirty as they fucking come. I don't know. I mean, if I had to pick a final three, I like Nick, Wendell, and Ethan. I think Jeremy. I think Jeremy gets backstabbed. Right, like somewhere between final 6 and 4. I think he's the pivotal man to fuck over the poker alliance. But I think they all see the writing on the wall with him winning. I mean, he's so likable. I mean, they're all so pretty likable, but like Jeremy has that little something extra that I think they go, yeah, fuck this guy.
Yeah. And then like Wendell sneaks in, and Wendell is just like another version of Jeremy in that he's probably has no pregame alliances, like you said, but he'll be just
he I mean, like, even when the first phone calls went out for whether it was new school versus old school or legends, whatever it was, he wasn't talking to anybody then, and then continued not talking to anybody once it was just winners.
Wow.
So
who's your winner out of your final three? Who you got?
Who's the winner? Give it to us.
I'm
writing this down. This is legit.
Well, I think it's either Wendell or Nick, but I guess I'm gonna go.
For anybody who's only listening, Fairplay, this is the deepest thought I've ever seen him.
Crazy.
I know.
He's got his hand under his chin. He's staring at the microphone.
Well, it's crazy because they're both lawyers. I mean, they're both extremely likable. They're both when they need to fucking talk. Don't let the fucking OG shucks fool you. Don't let the that I'm just fucking not, like, don't let any, like, these motherfuckers went to school to learn how to fucking talk and convince you. That's huge. So which one does like?
I don't think people are gonna buy the oh shucks with Nick because
they've already
he won. Like, they know.
You say that, but I think once he gets out there, they're just like, look at him. I think there's such assholes out there that they still see. They're just like, yeah, don't buy that OG shucks, but look at him. Is that fucking OG shucks or what? That motherfucker's from Kentucky. He's obviously stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that's what they say because they're fucking ignorant.
Yeah.
People confuse a Southern accent for ignorance.
Yeah.
Because 9 times out of 10, it is. So, I mean, I don't.
But then look at how Gavin fared and look at how Nick fared. They made it to 1 and 2. I mean,
and Jonathan gets 5th on his team.
Yeah.
So it's like
people always underestimate them. It's crazy.
And I think it continues. And
Big Tom got 4th twice.
Yeah. I was talking to Lex the other day, and he was just like, I've heard about you having to drag fucking worthless Lil to the end, and he was just like, you claim to have played a tough or an awesome or however you want to describe your fucking game of Survivor. He goes, I had to be a fucking translator for Big Tom for 80 fucking days. It's like, bring it. There's no harder job in the history of the game.
I agree. I agree.
So,
That's a tough one.
yeah. I mean,
you can't avoid it. You got to tell us your winner pick.
I think I'm going to go Nick.
That's what it sounded like.
Nick Wilson.
Nick was,
and where? Oh, go ahead.
But my final three, I feel good with that fight. Like, I would like to think that. I mean, because I'm friends with a lot of these people, and of the people there, probably my three best friends are those three. And I can see if I would vibe to them in real life, just naturally, I see them vibing towards each other in real life or in game life naturally. Mm-hmm. So, and I think they make some serious, and I think that they see how, deadly Jeremy Collins is, but I think he's vital in getting them that far.
Yeah.
So if Jeremy doesn't trick that the Poker Alliance into thinking they're comfortable, they're ready for anything coming at them, and they have the numbers.
Not to reveal the order we did this, but the only other person we've done up to this point is Carl, and he didn't even pick Nick Wilson to win.
Yeah,
he picked Jeremy to win.
He did.
But he had Nick getting to final six, which is exactly what you're saying. He had Nick getting to final six, and then instead of like Jeremy going, like you're thinking he's that pivotal, he gets blindsided. He has Jeremy going on to win the thing and Nick going out around 6, which is what you're thinking. Jeremy goes out around 6 and Nick goes on to win.
Yeah, similar thinking. And Carl and I gravitate once again, like that's a guy that, outside the game that I would naturally gravitate to, just like Carl would gravitate to those players as well.
Mm-hmm. I love it. I love it. And okay, so where does Sandra finish? That's the biggest question here. Give us a final for Sandra.
Second boot.
Second boot. Alexa, that's 19th place. 18th if it's David versus Goliath, I guess.
Oh, 19th.
Okay. Fucking David versus Goliath.
Second boot.
Or Edge of Extinction, it's third.
Yes, exactly.
Actually, she wins.
Yeah,
second,
obviously.
Yeah.
Wow, laughing so I don't cry.
But all right, fair play. So, are there any other kind things that you want to say about Sandra before we let you go?
No,
you're good. You're feeling good about this.
No, I mean, she's gained weight. Is that not nice?
I guess that's what we meant when we said any other nice things you want to say about Sandra.
Yeah, she's gained weight. Does that mean maybe you could take that as she's healthier?
But you are seeing this before season 39, so
she knew she was going on probably 2 seasons
back to back here, So
I don't think she did. No, unless they told her out there. I don't think so. So they leave in February for like sometime in February for 39, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they tell them on that island, they don't know until they come back that they're on 40.
True.
I'm guessing they probably told them out there.
Because it seems like they were doing casting earlier while they would be out there. Like they had to have been like, "Are you guys available for this?" Right? I mean, they had to.
But I don't think they knew before they left for 39 that they were going to be asked for 40.
Mm-hmm.
True. I think they found out there.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's fair.
Yeah.
Which also, leads me to think, so they're sitting out there on 39, and then they come up to them and go, production's just like, hey, by the way, we're gonna do winners. You guys are gonna be on season 40, blah blah blah. And I can see them like, oh, so as if I wasn't phoning this shit in enough right now, I'm really going to phone in the rest of this shit for 39 because I don't give a fuck. It's like, oh, awesome. I'm glad you're a team player. So, yeah. And Boston Rob, is just like, yeah, this is stupid. So I was like, okay, great. Thank you. Thank you. Great selections, people. I'm so glad that you two are the ones they chose for 39 to give advice. So I would love to have been a contestant. They'd just been like, hey, Johnny, and you win. I'm just like, go fuck yourself. How's that? We good? All right. Do I get to kill them or kick them? What do I get to do?
It'd be like if Ozzy won the Cochrane advice reward on Game Changers. Like, how would that have gone down?
I mean, well, Debbie chose not to accept his advice. And probably needed his advice more than anyone.
Well, imagine if Sandra does make it that far. Sandra gets the advice from Cochrane. It's like, but I won twice. I'll give a shit. Like, it's crazy.
Amazing.
I would have thrown that motherfucker off they would have physically had to have pulled me off of Cochrane, throwing that motherfucker off the boat. It would they would have been like, is this like we kind of heard you guys have a little heat that you don't really like. I'm just like, dude, I'm gonna be cool. Like, how far out in the ocean are we gonna go? And I'm just sitting there. I'm just like, this feels like the furthest point. Is this the furthest point? And just fucking run as fucking hard as I can and push that motherfucker overboard.
Well, there you go. Now we know how you feel about Cochrane. So Cochrane's not on this season. So at least you didn't have to talk
No. So I think much like Hatch and Tina Wesson, I think he was pulled. I don't buy the Star Trek story. I buy that he was pulled. They're saving him for whatever that Legends old school, new school, because they want to see him compete head to head against Christian.
That's true.
I think they want to have him on one tribe and Christian on another, just to see, so they could do like the pantomime mirror thing, and then once again I'll just run up and just punch them both in the face. So I don't like Christian,
and then you win.
And then do I win?
I think that's how you win. I think that's good jury management.
Oh, you know what? I that part of the plan. I beat them up pre-jury. They have to that. That will really fuck up my plan if they're on the jury, because that's 2 votes is a lot to overcome.
Yeah.
So let's. Thank you, because
we're trying to save your game already.
I see. I really
got
see.
your back.
And just don't at Sandra in any of these.
We are going to at her.
We are promoting the crap out of these when we finally do it. So
awesome.
Well,
Sandra's going to hear every word that came out of your mouth.
It's so funny.
We're adding her so hard on this.
It's funny. I've had Sandra on my podcast now twice. She was on my regular podcast, and then we did our Patreon deal. And when we rewatched an episode of Pro Island, and it was amazing. Anyone thinking about trying out the Survivor NSFW Patreon, we rewatch every episode of Pro Islands in order, and then fans versus favorites 2, and then other whatever. So I had on Andrew Savage, who was extremely telling us what was going on in the other tribe. Burton Roberts saying the cruelest things in the world about Lil and Sandra. Dara Johnson, she said if I won, she would have dated me. She would have. I'm just like, what?
Wow.
You get that $1 million, done deal. I was like, for reals. And we had Sandra, 2-time winner, going, I don't remember. I didn't really do nothing. And I'm like, there you go. That's exactly what happened out there. She doesn't remember because she didn't really do nothing.
I think that is the perfect way
to win.
Fair play. I was going to say, I think that is our soundbite that we can use for everything.
That's the quote.
I mean, anybody who's made it to the end of this and is shocked that fair play is not doesn't think Sandra plays the best game.
Yeah,
now you have the soundbite that confirms it.
But real quick, let me in. So each time I ask Sandra to do my podcast, she's like, sure, no problem. Rob C, she heard that Rob C said something mean, and I guess he didn't. He just quoted what I said. She made Rob pay for this auction item, for her to agree to do his podcast, because he recited something mean that I said on his. She goes, no, you said something mean on your podcast about me, so unless you pay me or pay this chair, I'm not doing it. and what he said was quoted me.
Oh my God. Well, Sandra, we don't condone anything fair play said if you're listening to this, okay? We are nice. We have not said one mean thing about Sandra Diaz-Twine this entire podcast.
It's true.
Sure.
Yeah, we have only listened to you.
Yes.
Yes.
And nodded.
Like,
That's the point of these, man. It's to nod along and be like, all right, so when I do my little boot list game and all that stuff later on, I have all the information I need.
Yeah, there you go. So
that's it.
Is your list looking a lot like mine, other than Billy Garcia, obviously?
Billy Garcia is first booty in the winner.
The hardest thing for me is that it's really hard for me to not troll the internet, because my Michelle Fitzgerald love is so off the charts that it's really hard to not troll the internet and just say she's winning the season. So no, my list doesn't look like yours, because Michelle's going to win the season.
But Michelle's in Wendell's alliance.
Yeah. So there you go. Michelle's going to beat Wendell at Fire, and she's going to give him that swagger look that he gave to Dominic. And that's what Michelle's going to do to Wendell. And then she's going to go sit next to Nick and Ethan and win 10-0.
Okay. I can live with that. I have Michelle in my top 6.
I think Michelle makes it. I know you were saying Adam is an odd man out, and I love Adam. But I think that him and Michelle actually have a pretty good shot because nobody's going to take them seriously.
Mm-hmm.
I think that works in their favor because nobody's going to take them. So if they're not necessarily in an alliance right away, I still think that nobody's looking at them going, you know what? That's who we got to get rid of because I don't think anybody's going to take them seriously. And then they're going to start to realize wait, they won the game for a reason later on in the game. Yeah,
because they're also younger too. So I think people aren't going to take them seriously because of that.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't like it. I don't like Adam's chances. I like Adam. I like Adam a lot. I just don't like his chances. And maybe I'm wrong. So I don't know.
Well, we'll find out by the time that this gets put out there. We'll probably find out within 4 months or something if they win or not. We'll find out in almost a year if Fairplay's
or listen to Russell's podcast. Join Russell's Patreon. He's going to do 2 episodes next year. It's going to be great. It's only $40 a month.
We have two podcasts going on right now, both of which have Patrons, and Russell is the one being promoted right now.
Yes, he provides a lot of content.
Yes, that's what we've heard.
Certainly does.
Yeah.
Well,
cool, guys.
It's always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
Always. Thank you. And by the time this has premiered, we will have already collaborated with you, right? On your podcast.
Yeah. I mean, fuck that's that'll
6 months ago.
Yeah, that's a long time ago. So, but for everyone watching and listening now, go to JonnyFairplay.com to get a t-shirt. When you do, you get a phone call from Jonny Fairplay, and go to SurvivorNSFW.com, click subscribe and rate it 5 stars. If you don't like it, just fucking tell me, go to the street corner and fucking yell at I'll be like, oh, okay, cool, I'll change that. But don't fucking I'm not asking you to fucking leave negative feed. I have assholes that go and leave feedback on iTunes. They go, pretty rough language.
Wow. Yeah, they picked the wrong podcast.
It's called NSFW. It ain't called I'm fucking nice.
Yeah.
So it's that's a shit fucking review. It's just go. So anyway,
we're putting the explicit on this one in case anybody was wondering.
We're gonna put the NC-17 one.
That might be a good call. And lastly, speaking of Patreon, patreon.com/SurvivorNSFW. My weekly Q&A is my favorite other than this podcast every week.
Wow.
Look at that.
We are honored.
Oh my God. My heart is warmed.
Yeah.
Wow. I am.
Is it harder than so hard a cat can't scratch?
Is it hard a cat can't scratch? And if you do want to leave me comments, follow us at Survivor Specials on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. We are on Spotify. Probably by the time you listen to this, we'll be on every other podcast platform, obviously. Leave us 5 stars on iTunes or tell us we suck. Just leave a comment. And go to patreon.com/Survivor Specialists for some family-friendly patron content.
That's the opposite of mine.
Yeah. We're a good team. We're a good team.
I think it's great.
Thanks, Fairplay.
Thank you.